I want to play my own stuff and not really think about what the gear is, the Iridium is closer to that. Because I mean, you've seen it. I was able to do whatever. Yeah.
It makes your
although
life easy.
the Mercury is very fun to play. It challenges you. It pushes you. It lets you explore other things too.
But now maybe you understand that it comes from my plexi roots.
Yeah.
Which means the more you have this dynamic feel.
Yeah.
That thing is more fun because you can ride that as a horse with its own mind,
right.
You know, and you have to work it a little bit.
Right.
Versus the Iridium that is just like a sports car with too many horsepower. So there's a
which is fun too because
it's both is great.
Yeah.
But it's just different styles.
So that's why it's hard for me to
decide
to definitely pick one.
Yeah.
Because I enjoy both worlds. So, some days I wanna just let the fingers play and not think about anything.
Yeah.
And then there are other days where I want to be pushed.
Yeah. Well, this new baby will be able to do both. At this point, it's a prototype. And I programmed in on a rough level something like an Mercury and maybe one sound of the Iridium, which is kind of the classic. But I had literally only hours to go there, so it's not finished. So there's a clean tone.
Yeah.
And it's just
immediately comfortable. Yeah.
Reverb, I have tons of different reverbs and blah blah blah. And the thing about this, it has kind of switches, they are freely assignable. I can do anything with the switches. This is now a tempo switch.
Okay.
And so I have one special switch and these are 5 presets, but I can hit this twice and have a second preset.
Oh, okay.
So this is my clean, the standard clean, and this is my clean effects.
Okay. So it's 2 presets assigned to that one button.
Yeah, there's another, so I can go straight to different sounds here.
Right.
Or I hit the sound twice. And just, I did this morning very briefly because it's a new software.
Yeah.
The function is new. I can hit the button twice to have a second preset.
Okay.
And it's up to you what you put there.
Okay. And then can you adjust it so that, let's say if I hit this button, it immediately calls up the blue, and then if I hit this button, it calls up purple?
No,
it's all blue.
It's all blue when you hit
and alternatives of each.
Yeah, and when you hit one twice, then you have the alternate. So the idea of that is like you have your clean, and then your whatever crunchy, and your lead, and blah blah blah, and then you have the one with effect or your solo tone when you hit it.
Okay.
Again.
Gotcha.
So you are kind of in that world, and then that's the idea. But these foot switches can be assigned to anything. You can also have like
a stomp box mode.
Yeah, stomp box mode with a pedal on there, like the boost on there, or you switch in and off the delay or whatever.
Yeah.
So, okay, here we go. That's the hot clean.
Yeah. And then for the effects, you can also change the order.
Since this is all analog, that's a groundbreaking new thing that nobody has done before. I mean, the Amp1 is also all analog.
Okay.
No modeling.
Okay.
Although I do have a 16-core DSP that could do modeling.
Okay.
But I'm only modeling time-based effects and no amp models.
I see.
So the whole amp thing and the whole boost and the drive section and the wah-wah section, it's all analog.
Okay.
And at this stage I have only very rough functionality, and I didn't have the time to do the sound design properly like on my other ones.
Right.
This will come. I showed it at a show that it is working.
Yeah.
But the software, it's kind of complicated. The software controls almost like 50 parameters in the amp section, that I can use to model different amps, and it has another like 30 in the boost and overdrive section to get like any boost overdrive pedal recreated or create my own.
Right.
And then there is another layer, which is neural networks that make one control, that is whatever your treble control here, turn all the internal stuff that way that it's behaving like your original GCM 800.
Okay.
This neural networks thing is not programmed yet. So I just assigned the treble to do something and have something like a sound. We will see all these sounds in precision shortly.
Okay.
But being at NEM, I use this as a proof of concept. It's coming, and it's a monster. And it is basically your pedal board. Here you can see when I hit pedal, I have like a wah pedal or several wahs option. I have boosters. I have drive pedals, and then when I dial in, I have the nobles, I have the range master, I have a tube screamer, I have a red metal, blah blah. 99 pedals possible per thing.
Yeah.
All this stuff is here. And amp section, I have like several amps. At this point, I have a clean and my Mercury vintage. And that's it. A hot, but this is, it's coming.
Yeah.
And then we have like a whole section with post effects, so that's in stereo.
Yeah.
It is the whole universe.
Yeah. And everything's contained here.
Yeah.
Right.
And in case you want to have like expression pedals, you can have.
Oh wow.
You can mount your like your controller here.
Okay.
And then make this a wah pedal, and on the other side you can have your volume.
Okay.
And so it is kind of the whole entire rig in one.
Right.
That's the idea of this.
Yeah, and then you don't have to deal with patch cables, power supplies.
It is all kind of in.
And all you need is long speaker cable to your.
That's the point.
Cab. Yeah.
You need a long speaker cable to the cab. But this is like the big the flagship is still to be finished.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, but you see the point. And then when I go through all the options here, I have cap simulations. There's like at this point I have my nano cap, several Marshall sticks. I can load in my own IRs. I can load in third-party IRs.
Right.
I can have 5 speaker simulations at the same time. I came up with a dynamic IR thing to make IRs a bit more alive.
Yeah.
That's what I was always missing.
Okay. Yeah. And is that right? Proprietary or?
It is with this machine. If you had your favorite IR, you could load it in here, and you can start with neutral. This is like it is in any IR loader.
Right.
And then dial in my dynamic function and see what it does.
Yeah, see that's what's missing from other units. Yeah. Because usually when you load in your third-party IR, none of the knobs work anymore.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but this is what this is doing, because it's what is an IR? An IR is a complex filter spectrum of a speaker, but it's static, and with this, the real speaker does strange things.
Yeah.
And I wanted to recreate that, and this is in here, and whatever you put in there, you can play around with.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
No, I can see it's a very deep unit.
It
is.
And it is kind of a thing that needs to be addressed in very different ways. People who understand what it is in depth, they wait for the money already. It's like, I want that.
Yeah.
You know, the rest of the guys will finally see it once they simply hit the preset buttons and it will do what they want.
Right.
And then they scroll through the presets and then they have it, but that is not programmed yet. So
yeah.
Sorry, I just
no. It's a cool like sneak peek into what's coming.
Yeah.
You know, and I like that. I understand I understand the possibilities too.
Yeah.
Because the tones I've heard
from
through the both.
Yeah.
You know, so having both in one plus more
plus
a whole lot more.
Yeah. And this is kind of for me, it is a sound design platform because I don't have to solder anymore.
Right.
I can do all the things I've done in the past with a soldering iron. I can now do with my own software, which is totally complex and complicated. So it's not for any public use, but I can do whatever and can sit with people and design amps for them, with them, all that stuff. So, and this, you know, with a laptop and this, I can do my job for the rest of my life. And then even if I have something that I like, I can make regular products out of that.
Now here's a question. Here's a question. Now with the processor that you're building this with, how future-proof is that when you think up of something new?
So see, I mean, the analog technology, it's timeless.
Right.
And the flexibility I have installed on the analog platform, I think, can recreate anything I have seen in amps, my own and others, and similar to pedals. On the digital side, I choose a 16-core DSP. 16?
60, yeah.
16 and like one is for controlling 5 blue boxes and there's 10 left. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
so it's right now it's overpowered already for what
I
you need.
I choose the biggest one I could get.
Right.
Because we know in 2 years we will have processors with twice the power.
Right.
So I'm choosing the best and the most powerful available today. And then think about that I don't have to do modeling on the amps because that's all done, and on the pedals.
Right.
So I still have a special slot where I could do whatever I came up with.
Right.
And then I have like 3 slots in front of the amp that are like modulation pedals, like delay pedals and reverb pedals. And I have 3 slots after the amp in stereo for modulation, delay, and then the 5 speaker simulations, which means there is a lot, but I could have a single processor kind of for every effect. I'm talking, usually you have like 2 core, double core,
right,
and then you do all the effects with 1 core and the modeling with the other.
Yes.
You know, so
16. We're covered.
I think we are covered. I mean, this is as far as it goes now.
Yeah. Because I mean,
maybe there will be in 10 years' time. You will say, "I wish I would have a, twice the much
32, 64
yeah,
core."
but this is what you can get now.
Yes.
And it's our planet has a limit too.
Yes.
And I went as far as I could.
Yes.
So that's the idea of my flagship.
I mean that's reassuring because it means that the hardware itself
will stay. And
yes.
this is also the philosophy. BluGuitar is a small company. If I have to design a thing like that every year, I go bankrupt.
Yeah.
Because this is already $500,000 at least.
Right.
Just investment into the whole thing. And for the next 10 years, I can work on the software and sell the software to get new effects on that platform.
Right.
That's the concept.
Okay.
And then that makes this unit grow and make it more powerful and have a lifespan with it.
See, that's what I love. It's not
outdated next year.
Yeah. It's not a cell phone.
Exactly.
I mean, as soon as you buy it, it's old.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree, because I bought my 61 Strat when I was 17.
And it's still with you.
It's still the best investment ever.
Yeah.
You know, because it became part of me. It became my best instrument, my best friend, and I made a lot of money with it.
Yeah.
And this is the experience how I would love to have products designed, timeless.
Yes. Yes.
You know, I even tried to make the Amp1 kind of looking timeless. I mean, I designed my own switches, and they look. Can you tell the year? It doesn't look like
it has its own look. You know, it's not dated.
You know, it doesn't look like 50s or 90s, or it looks timeless.
It's a blue guitar.
Yeah, at least I try.
Yeah.
You know, if you have a better idea, let me know it. And I
I love that. I love that. It's
Thanks.
You know, we have so many disposable stuff nowadays that we need stuff that will last. And
exactly. I mean, you know, I think the whole phase, the last century of growing and wasting and producing more plastic and more and it's not good for the environment, it's not good for your health, it's not good for nothing. I think it's good to have all the options, but keep it growing in a certain controlled environment. And this is, you know, it's like if I totally love pedals and I have a huge collection, but bear with me one day when I probably will die. We all have to die.
Yes, yes.
Who's gonna?
We all.
What are we doing with all these pedals? You know.
Yeah.
I mean.
Rich will take it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, this is down. We will see who dies first. Yeah.
That's awesome.
But you get the picture. It's like I try to get my pedal collection and amp collection in here, and have it with me all the time, like my Strat. That's my dream, you know. And so the next 10 years I can work on that dream. I have something to do for myself and can share it with the world. And people can even ask me for stuff. Can you make this pedal, or I want that, and I can put this in there, and so my collection can grow without messing up my home.
Yes, yes.
So that's
and you can still take it with you.
Yeah, and
it's all as it's growing.
And it's on analog. I have no latency. Is for me the best of both worlds.
Yes.
It's like it is the analog sound, the tube sound, nano tube sound. And gives me the versatility and the power of the digital world, having all that stuff with me without having huge bags with pedals, like and a rucksack and maybe a box, and then you know
and a cart,
you know, because that's where I am now.
Yeah.
At home, I have a single room filled with gear, and I have the guitar spreads all over the house. My girlfriend, you know, it's like. Open this and there's another guitar, and you know what I mean. It's like
I know. It's. I just wanted to share a quick story.
Yeah.
My friend of mine, he builds guitars in Las Vegas. One time he visited and he brought all his guitars for me to check out, like 10 guitars, and then he had to go to the beach and all that, and I told him, well, instead of leaving this in your car while you go do your thing, just leave it here. Then come back when you're ready to go home, right? My wife comes back home. Why did you buy all these guitars? No, they're not mine. I don't believe you. Yeah, and then my friend came over the next day and took everything. So, okay.
Wow, yeah.
But yeah, guitar players can relate to that.
Yeah, exactly. Like women have shoe collections. I need the red ones, I need these, I need that, and then in the end, you know, if you move house, it's a mess.
Yeah.
I've done it last year. I know exactly what I have. No. You know. Ooh.
Yes, I love that philosophy. I really do. I really do.
And for me, this is my whole pedal board. You know, I have my Amp1 now on a pedal board, and it's kind of that size of a pedal board. I love my pedal board, but you know, I hope this is gigging with me in the next 8 weeks or so. I have to program a bit more, and my life will be a lot easier.
I'm really looking forward to hearing that.
And then
awesome.
then by the end of the year some Germans will have it, and then the rest of the world beginning of next year. I want it myself. That's always a good motivation.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. So you can crack the whip. Get it done.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, we are, well, before we leave this, for those of that don't know, where please tell us where they can go to find out more about Amp X, sign up for notifications and all that.
There's a website, BluGuitar.com.
Okay, it's on screen. I'll put it on screen.
And from there you will find, a lot of product information. We also have a knowledge base that is kind of intelligent, because these days, there's tons of things on like social media, like on Facebook we have Amp1 user group, and that's all good, but in the timeline all the knowledge disappears. Right. So we put the best stuff on our knowledge base, and if you want to know anything about the lifespan of our tube or anything, you just type it on the knowledge base, and this knowledge base is called BluGuipedia, like my name.
BluGuipedia.
Yeah.
Okay.
BluGuipedia, so .com is the knowledge base, and on there's also Sound Finder when you have an Amp1 and you want to know how to sound like a 9 bassman. Right. You type this in and you get some settings where I play an original one with an AB switcher, so you hear how that sounds, and then I switch to the Amp1 and I show you the settings, and that helps. So that's basically the website, and we have dealers worldwide. We are not the biggest company, so we are not in every store, but in the US, Sweetwater.
Yeah, Sweetwater.
And Germany, Thomann, and good stores. Yeah. So we are around a bit.
Good. Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll try to expand that some more.
I don't mind.
Yeah.
I mean, I just can offer what I'm doing, and if you still love your 55 whatever Tweed Deluxe because this is all you need, and then I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
I just make an offer for stuff that is unique that you can't find anywhere else.
Right.
Because as a small company, it doesn't make sense to make another clone of something.
Yes.
Because for me, I need to be unique, and it's this thing, and I hope I create products that some people enjoy, and it makes sense.
Well, and also it's an extension of you personally, because you want to be unique.
Of course.
That's at the beginning of this video. That's exactly what you said.
This is what I learned from Richie Blackmore. I mean, it's like, this guy is different, and I thought this guy is cool. Yeah. So why not be? I mean, I'm different than Richie Blackmore. I'm totally open versus what he's doing, but uniqueness is something we all should be somebody,
and he wears it proudly. So should we.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, speaking of knowledge, now I'm going to grab some knowledge from you. I want you to show me your pet licks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So in the end, it's like like a shuffle.
Shuffle. Yes.
So and then there's a. Okay, where's the lick?